promise. I like that window, the way the light is practically making the Rosettas dance. Okay, this one has to have promise. 38 churches now, and that's just this month. Maybe I'm trying too hard to find the perfect setting, the right place where you'll hear me, finally. This is about me surviving my own life. It's not at all about escaping from the building that day, although clearly that was the beginning of the end. So I'll just assume you're listening. I know you'll remember the day. Everybody does. Most people know exactly where they were, exactly what they were wearing, exactly how they reacted. They all tell me. I don't really remember. Well, I know where I was. I was in the building. The North Tower. The first one to be hit. It was a spectacular September day. Colors popping, celebrating summer's last hurrah. Brilliant yellow, deep cobalt blue, punctuated by my own power red exclamation point. The air was buzzing with caffeinated Wall Street suits, buildings jetting up out of the ground, dwarfing workers constantly on the go. Invincibility electrified the air. Its current kept the chaos moving. There was almost enough energy to skyrocket me to the top of the towers, to windows on the world. For my meeting. Windows on the world. That name. So the end. That day marked the end of life as I knew it. When terror shook me to my core, when I believed my life might actually be over, my very DNA shifted. My mind went places I never knew existed. Dark, quiet, cavernous. Surrounded by well-intentioned hearts and souls, I actually felt more alone than ever. Isolated with my thoughts, suspended in time. Guilt, cunningly disguised as relief, knocked on the door. While I wasn't paying attention, I let her in. Why are you alive? Why you? I brushed my teeth, smiled, showered, slept, going through the motions of everyday life, reciting well-rehearsed lines, but I no longer recognized myself. There was a dark stain on my identity. A slow recovery, a mirage, until once again assaulted by images everywhere I looked. Newspapers jockeying to report the real story. 150 channels on TV, videos of the towers engulfed in flames, over and over again. Piled wreaths of dying flowers, makeshift memorials. But back to this moment. You know, I don't mean any irreverence as I babble a bit. My energy wants to be more spontaneous, more authentic. Really, I just want to articulate and make sense of everything that's happened, all that I've experienced, all that I've learned over these last, wow, almost 10 years. One thing I noticed right away was how hungry I became. A deep, insatiable hunger. There's no bowl of pasta that can fill that void. This hunger, it's a profound desire to live life fully alive, fully conscious, fully at choice. It's unavoidable, newly coded DNA. It is relentless and it's inescapable. Maybe this will help if I give you a few examples. I know you understand. It's just that I'm not sure I do yet. And as I begin to tell this story, the hologram is beginning to take shape. I can almost touch it now. To go to work every day and leave my values tucked safely beneath my pillow? No, I just couldn't keep doing it. And you might have told me that my high-flying, power-red job would become absolutely intolerable. Blood coursed through my veins with tsunamic force, imploring me to make a change. There was a deeper yearning for a life filled with more creativity, more purpose. But how? Go back to school and start my own business as a life coach? Hold on. This feels like an incredibly unbalanced trade. I give up security, predictability, and reliability, and in return, get a blind path without even a walking stick? But I didn't have a choice. And when I found that place of calm and wisdom, I knew I would take that leap, just to feel the tingles of being alive, inspired living, choosing based on what I know in my heart, and not in my head. And relationships. Ending a 30-year marriage to a wonderful man, man, that was the hardest thing I've ever done. Chutzpah, nerve, audacity. I mean, there was nothing major wrong with it. It was the dream, just someone else's. The wrong one. Trying to exit this dream was like trying to get out of a room with no doors or windows. And what I noticed when I stopped fighting so hard to make it the right dream was that both it and I were dead. I don't want to be dead. I thought I'd hit the bottom, but every time I left, I landed with a bigger thud, each hole deeper than the previous one. Oh, but I kept jumping and leaping, holding my breath, blindly trusting that in this dark, unguided passageway, a net would appear. And yeah, it always did. Hindsight, it's a beautiful thing. And from this vantage point, what I now know is I had to hit rock bottom before I could begin to climb back. And I'm grateful for each scar. War wounds. They weren't all death-defying high-wire leaps. There were plenty of little hops to negotiate as well. There's my girl, my Maya. Come on, Maya, let's get in line over here. Mom, the back of the line is over there. I know, but this isn't even really a line. This is chaos. And if we don't get on the plane early, we won't fit our suitcases in the overhead. We'll have to check them, and then we'll have to wait when we land in Boston. And you know how I hate waiting. Fine. You go ahead then. See you on board, I guess. Damn. I don't really care about waiting in Boston nearly as much as I value my relationship with my daughter. I know. You're rolling your eyes. Duh. But when you move through life in go mode, you don't always see those things. Or at least I didn't. So, here I am in Rome, still amazed each time I find myself the protagonist of this story. Roma, where striking stained glass figures can tell stories as rich as their colors, with monuments whose architecture has endured wars much greater than my own. My year-long sabbatical from life, Roma's dolce far niente, the perfect antidote to my New York City go mode. A life that now tickles me awake every day. I've even fallen in love with myself. Oh sure, there are times I'm still a bit hard on me. Okay, a lot hard on me. But I continue to notice and shift the very patterns of being. I didn't die that day. I'm alive. My heart and soul wide open. I have big dreams, and a strong vision. I want to become an author and inspirational speaker. Start now? Are you snickering? At my age? Yes. Are you wondering how old I'll be when I achieve this dream? The very same age I'll be if I don't. So many beginnings sprouting from that one big ending. This is not the last you'll hear from me. No, this is certainly not my end.